Sup, Nerdmigos, I'm the Jive Talking Nerd, John Norgrove. We've got Wife here, and we're back at it again. This is Trek Jive. We watched Season 1, Episode 7 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Serene Squall. And, boy, let me tell you what, this was an episode.
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of yelling at the screen. Let me tell you, a lot of yelling at the screen.
Yeah.
So we just got done watching it. Boy, what a fun episode. Pirate shenanigans and all that. So business out of the way first. If you're new to this channel, give us a subscribe, give us a like and all that kind of stuff. If you've got opinions on Star Trek or the things that we're talking about, comment below and do all that sort of stuff. We'd love to hear your opinion on this episode. These are always spoilerful reviews. Obviously, if you're watching people talk about an episode of Star Trek, you should have already watched that episode of Star Trek, right? I mean, doesn't that seem straightforward?
Absolutely.
I would assume. Anywho, so yeah, let's just get right into the Serene Squall. So this episode is like started off as a single plot and then bifurcated into two plots. So like the main plot was basically like, we got this Federation counselor doctor lady, and she's wants to save these colonists who are like lost just outside of Federation space or whatever. Like, we gotta, and the Enterprise has gotta go do it, and Captain Pike is like a Boy Scout, like she calls him a Boy Scout, and he gets all butthurt about it, which is adorable.
Which is hilarious.
So they do that, and they venture off, and they get caught in like a web, but then come to find out that web had nothing to do with nothing, which is chaos. That they were just like, oh my god, we were caught in a web. Nope, that web shut down. No problem.
Yeah.
So but maybe it did have something to do with something. Who fucking knows? And so then they like find the bad guys, these like pirates, the Serene Squall, and so they like board the ship, like the colonist ship or whatever, and come to find out there's no colonists there. It was a trap. The Serene Squall gotcha. And they're also taking over the Enterprise, and so Una like locks the ship out, and they all get like all the main characters, right? It's like not all of the crew. It's just the main characters.
Yeah. Get
transported to the other ship. To the like taken over colonist ship, and this is pretty much where the plots bifurcate, because you've got the counselor lady and Spock and Nurse Chapel on Enterprise trying to save the day, and you've got the Enterprise, like our main Enterprise crew, you know, Pike, Una, on all of them. Mbenga was there.
Yeah.
Like they were on the colonist ship, like being captured or whatever, and we get the greatest scene of all time, which is the Captain Pike getting punched in the face repeatedly, and then the guy and he's just like I don't give a shit, I'm not gonna tell you no secrets.
Yeah.
And then the dude like flicks some food at him, spits some food at him or whatever the fuck, and the captain's like, oh what?
This food is awful.
Do you eat this? And he's just like, this is not Andorian,
Orion.
Or this is an Orion delicacy. I made this myself. And he's just like, sounds like your crew needs some better fucking food. And the crew's just like,
and because he's like, no, the crew like this food, and they're like, side-eyed, no we don't.
And then he convinces this Orion to let him cook for his crew so they can have good food. And I'm just like, okay, what's the gambit? And oh my god, was it a delicious, delicious gambit.
Yeah.
Because he cooked for the crew, and then convinced the captain to sell them to the Klingons, and then convinced the crew that was a bad idea. Him and Una pulled a bloody...
He was stirring the pot while he was literally stirring the pot.
As he realizes what he's got, like what he's doing, and he's like stirring the pot at the very end of the like food cook scene, and he's looking like directly at camera, just like, you know what I'm doing here. Yeah, like, it's so good. Oh my god. Also, like, what's up? Everybody's talking about how tall his hair is. All of a sudden, not tall hair. I feel seen.
This episode
and a little
juked us.
Yeah, that's
because
fine, though.
His hair was not tall for most of this episode.
Still sexy, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah. Disheveled,
just punched in the face a bunch. Also, like, his face wasn't even bruised up or nothing. He got punched in the face and just clamped right out of that.
Yeah. His hair took the blows.
His hair saved him. He's like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Right? His suit isn't even a Federation suit. It's just hair changing colors and such.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Bayonetta is, that was probably insane. but that's fine. I don't know. Play
Which
old
is funny
video games.
because the counselor chick kind of like
had like a vibe,
had like a Bayonetta vibe
yeah,
towards the
definitely,
end.
definitely.
She
Also,
was like
she
in
had
between
fierce
Bayonetta
outfits the whole time.
Yeah, she did. She was like in between Bayonetta and Kate Beckinsale from Underworld.
Oh my god, yeah, totally. But so that's happening, and they basically like cause a mutiny, and they like take over the bridge of the ship. Now, the B plot in this was basically like Spock and the counselor chick and Nurse Chapel. We gotta dodge these guys. And Nurse Chapel's like just like
Hypo-spraying
motherfuckers left right, just bah 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 bah. It's great. She was the best. But then come to find out, right? So Spock's like, I can take over controls here. It's fine. Boobity boop. And he's like doing it, and then like, everything's going wrong. And then of course the chick's just like, haha, I'm actually the captain of the pirates. Double cross. I called that shit super early, by the way.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
I was just I don't know. She's too cool. She's probably a bad guy.
Yeah, she was
I watched Star Trek. Listen,
was like,
if you have a guest star and it's lame,
working out to like the loudest techno.
Yeah, she was just like getting it in her quarters, just like
yeah,
it was awesome. Yeah, so like she's secretly a bad guy and fierce or whatever, and then she like takes over the Enterprise and calls up to Pring. And is basically like, listen, you've got my boyfriend and I got your boyfriend, so let's trade boyfriends, or else I'm gonna kill your boyfriend. And so T'Pring shows up and it's just like, fine, I'll do it. And Spock's like, don't do it, and she's like, well, I have to, or whatever. And then he's just like, secretly, I was cheating on you with Nurse Chapel all along. And T'Pring's just like, all right, we're broke up now. Deuces.
Let me tell you what, that kiss was like a little too.
It was a little too long.
It was a little too long.
A little too long, guys.
Hard.
Yeah. Nurse Chapel was a little too into it, and so was Spock. You guys.
Yeah. And then T'Pring was like, well, I guess we're breaking up now.
Yeah. So she did.
So they like broke up.
And she just left.
Yeah.
And then, of course, by this point in time, like Pike and Una and all them like show up and are just like, we backdoored we have codes to backdoor into control of the ship. We got control of the ship, whatever. And the counselor lady's just like, you got me this time. Yeah, like, you kids and that damn dog, you got me this time. But not
yeah.
You know, you can't capture me forever. And then she uses her necklace to, like, transport out or whatever.
To, like, a totally separate ship.
Like, to a totally separate
nearby.
ship. Which actually was a smoking gun, because we saw that ship earlier.
We did see that earlier.
Its little spider leg
its little,
thingy.
like, spoopy...
It's like a crab ship.
Spoopy, secret stuff.
Yeah, so she left, whatever. And like everybody's saved, everything's good, and then T'Pring like meets up with him, and he's just like, hey, listen, I'm sorry I had to lie to you. And she's like, it was obviously a lie, duh, we're Vulcan. And he's just like, oh yeah, it totally was, I get it. Thanks for being dope, we're back together, right? And she's just like, yes. And then they smooch and decide to go explore some human stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great, because earlier in the episode we get this like she's like T'Pring's just like, so I've been doing some research on human sexuality, and I read this guy, and I read this lady, and I read this lady, and, I got all this kind of stuff. And he's just like, hey, why don't we read these books together? I haven't read any of these fucking books. I don't know what you're talking about. And then goes to Chapel and is just like, I need some help. T'Pring is like...
reading human sex
She's like
books.
way... She knows more about human stuff than I know about human stuff, and I don't know what to do. How do I handle this sort of situation? So we got like a nice wrap up at the end or whatever. We also got the unbelievable reveal that the secret pirate counselor's love interest was flippin' Cybok. What? Fucking so shocking. Oh my god. Oh,
also,
so good.
We got Spock going over to talk to Nurse Chapel about the kiss.
He's just like, I know you humans need to talk about this, so maybe we should talk about
He's like, I know
feelings.
you humans need to talk about feelings. And she's like, I'm fine, Spock. Yeah. I'm fine.
She's like, you're
and he's
Vulcan.
just
I know
like,
it's not going to happen.
Are you
Shut
sure?
it down.
And she's like, I'm fine. And as a woman, I was like, ooh, she's not fine.
She's not fine. Yeah, that's obvious that she's not fine. It's okay
and
though.
Spock knew that was obvious too. It was
but
pretty,
you gotta
I think it was cool because
hustle,
like kind of the idea. I feel like the episodes kind of like have a theme to them,
sure.
And the theme to this episode was like Spock understanding how to harness his human emotions.
That's
or at least his human side.
I mean, I feel like the theme of this episode was like,
was that kiss?
No, I think it was misdirection.
It was.
Right?
Yeah,
Clearly, it like the whole episode was centered around the idea of misdirection. And like the lesson learned for Spock, at least, was like his human emotions. And the lesson learned for Chapel was that like maybe she has a crush on Spock more than she thought she did. And I think the lesson learned for Pike was that he's probably a little too into pirating. So that end where he's just like, "Yar, Una," and he's like trying to do it, and Una's just like, "Stop,
tell him about
stop
walking the
doing
plank."
that.
She's like,
Yeah.
"Please stop
Please
with
stop
the dad
doing
jokes."
this.
And he's like, "Hey, Una," and she's like, "What?" And he's like, they're coming out with a new pirate movie," and she's like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I hear it's rated R."
Awful pirate jokes. Yeah. Awful pirate jokes aside. We also got to have like Pike cook again, which I love that like Pike being a good chef is like a plot
It's
point.
like a thing.
That's great.
He used that as like a leverage to
He used that as
bargain?
leverage to like start this thing. And also, clearly, he has caused mutinies before because Una was just like he walks in and he's like, "I've convinced the captain to sell us to the Klingons." And Una's just like, "I'm sorry, what's wrong with you, dude? What did you just say out loud to your face?" Right? And he's just like, "Don't worry, the crew doesn't like it." And she's like, "Oh, not this again." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, this again." And everybody else is like, "We catch us up, dog?"
Yeah.
And she's just like, we're gonna start a mutiny." And he's just like, "Yeah, we're gonna start a mutiny." Like he was way hype about starting this mutiny, like ferociously.
Yeah,
it was
pretty excited
awesome.
about that.
He took being called a Boy Scout and was just like, what if instead of doing this Boy Scout style, I just did just the least Federation shit humanly possible.
Yeah.
Like the least Starfleet shit possible. It was awesome.
Great.
My god, it was awesome.
This was a really nice like next episode after like the really dark like child sacrifice previous one.
Yeah, definitely. This was like, it was fun and adventurous, and we got some character development, and we got some drama. This show is just so good. It's such a good show. This was such a fun episode. Easily for me, my favorite part is like Spock walking into engineering and hearing somebody like getting denied by the computer, and he like jumps around, and there's like some corpses on the ground, and he like jumps around the corner with a phaser, and Chapel just holds a hypo spray up like it's a gun, and it's just like, oh, it's you, Spock, thank goodness. Like, he was 25 feet away. What were you gonna do? Throw that at him? It's so great.
Yeah.
I want more Nurse Chapel. I love Nurse Chapel so much.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She's the best. Some of like La'an and Una and the Doctor didn't really get a bunch this episode, but like that's fine.
I think this was good because this was a lot about like,
where is our episode about Chief, the transporter chief?
Oh, he's so mean though. I don't know.
I want to know why he's mean and in what instance. How is this man mean? I must know. I must know more about him.
Maybe he did.
He's probably just like one of those, like a stickler. They're probably just like, "Oh look, we cleaned the area," and he's just like, "Get a toothbrush and do it again.
Or
it's gotta be perfect." You know, he's probably like crazy.
Or he did one mean thing one time, and it wasn't even mean.
It was just like a misunderstanding or something. And now everybody's like afraid of him, and he's like, but I'm the chief, like I'm the nice guy, right? And they're just like, "No, fear him." You know, I want more about all of the crew.
Yeah.
This was a super exciting episode. I can't wait to see what happens next. It was nice, like adventuring outside of Federation space.
Yeah.
You know, it was nice that our pilot got to like freehand it on the ship through like a bunch of asteroids and shit. That was dope. So yeah, I mean, more Star Trek. This was great.
Yeah, this was another fantastic episode. Every episode this entire season has just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
I can't think of an episode that we had that I didn't like.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. So, what did you think of this episode? Comment below. What was your favorite bit? Someone had Cybok twist at the end. My guys, I was shook. I was shook by it. So good. I was just like, who's this guy gonna be revealed as? Not in a million years would I have guessed the reveal was gonna be Cybok. Right? I mean, when he said like half brother, I was just like, oh, really? Is this where we're gonna go with this? Right? But like before, when he's just like, oh, she said a bunch of stuff that implied, and I was like, that implied what? Like, I was thinking, like, maybe, like, a Romulan, or, like a secret Romulan, or, like, some other shenanigans, but definitely not Cybok shenanigans. Like, that kind of caught me off guard. Also, T'Pring's outfit at the end was crazy fierce. I loved it
her
so
outfits
much. They're
always all the
she's
time.
always
Crazy
super fierce outfits.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous outfits. And all the pirates were, like, fun and adventurous.
Yeah,
I loved all the pirates and all of their pirate shenanigans.
They were very like post-apocalyptic.
They were. They
could have stepped out of the Underworld people in Demolition Man, as well as like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Seamlessly.
Yeah, honestly, they could have probably stepped into Mars for bloody Total Recall.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
they were very, like, 80s. Like,
or even Mars and Ghosts of Mars.
Yeah, even Mars and Ghosts of Mars. Yeah, totally. So, yeah, either way.
Fun costuming, as always.
Great costuming, as always. Beautiful ship design. What's up? You're not going to give me, like, a good-ass flyby close-up of that bloody Vulcan ship, my guys? It was like a tiny little dot on the screen. I feel betrayed. It's fine.
It's okay. Don't worry.
I'll scrub the internet and I'll find one.
He'll put on the episode and then pause it when the ship is on.
Really close
and
to my
get really
huge
close to the TV, and then
so
just
I can see it better.
And then just like
gush over the ship and its engineering.
Adorable.
I love the design of Vulcan ships. They're fantastic with their ring drives. But yeah, either way, I have been John Norgrove. This has been Wife. This has been Trek Jive. We watched Season 1, Episode 7 of Strange New Worlds, The Serene Squall. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things that we're supposed to ask you to do. And we will catch you guys next time for more Star Trek. I don't know, whatever hit it.